Diego, what's happening?
Hey, good morning.
It's funny, dude.
What up, Coach Hall?
Hey, man, I think you were catching some strays meant for other hosts on the stations, because I vividly remember you defending him and people calling in, even the YouTube comments, people calling you a Draymond apologist. So that's just crazy to me. Like, you can't be a hater and an apologist all in the same. So I just thought that was hella weak. And Charles Barkley done said much worse about Draymond and our team and the city of San Francisco. So that's just crazy, man. He got to stop creating storms and expecting everybody to give him an umbrella, because ain't nobody tell you to slap Nurk, punch JP, or put Rudy in a headlock, you know what I'm saying, or be unproductive against the Lakers last season in the playoffs, or foul Chet. Like, we could talk about all his shortcomings, but ain't none of that gonna make us better. So for me, that's just crazy. But moving on to the game, I wanted to get your take. It seems like we can get up against anybody, double digits, but we don't have somebody to come off the bench and maintain that lead, like really maintain it or push it ahead. And I'm not sure, is Kerr done with his rotations, or what can he do to rectify that? Because if we up 15, we shouldn't be losing.
No, I agree with that. Well, that's where Klay Thompson comes into play, Coach Hall. Thanks for the phone call, man. I always appreciate your calls from down in San Diego. That's where Klay Thompson and Chris Paul is going to come into play. Klay Thompson is an explosive scorer off the bench. This is perfect to play next to Chris Paul. And once Sarge gets his shot rolling again, if he can get his shot rolling again, because he had a dreadful February, 22% from the three-point line, but he's getting good looks. The shot will come back around. It happened to Otto Porter Jr. a couple of years ago. He was awful from the three-point line for about a 5-week stretch. It will come back around. Shooters go through slumps. It happens. Steph Curry's in the slump right now. It happens to the best of them. But now the explosiveness of Klay Thompson with his shot-making ability off the bench, I think, is going to help them maintain leads. And if you do have a 9 to 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter, that's where you just get to the 6-minute mark. Can you get to the 6-minute mark with a 6-point lead? Because now you got Chris Paul, who's not going to turn the ball over. He's going to find Curry coming off of screens. Now you have a finisher in Jonathan Kuminga. And if you need to play pods, he's another ball handler who doesn't turn the ball over. And he could finish. And when you get Andrew Wiggins back, shouldn't say if, but when you get Andrew Wiggins back, he's another guy who can lock down defensively. So they're getting closer to maintaining leads. And you know what, Coach Hall? The last 2 nights, the Warriors have maintained the lead against the Wizards and the Knicks. Now, I get the Knicks were shorthanded. No Mitchell Robinson, no Julius Randle. Who else were they missing? They were missing OG Anunoby. They were lacking some firepower here. But they have maintained leads over the last 2 games here. So that is something we need to watch. That's why the finishing lineup is so important. But if they get out to these big leads, that's a positive, FP. They get out to these big leads, what happens in the playoffs if they get out to a big lead? That other team's going to crumble.
They play defense like they did last night. They're going to go deep in the playoffs.
Yep.
If they can put forth that effort on a nightly basis in the playoffs, they're going to... Dude, you watch the national media right now, they're like, don't sleep on the Warriors. Don't sleep on... I mean, they're the talk of the NBA right now.
Yep.
For me, it's all about Wiggins, and then Kuminga. Like, I don't know where Wiggins is. I don't know when he's coming back. And then Kuminga developing right in front of our face. I mean, into a superstar, dude. Like, have you ever seen a player, maybe Jordan Poole in the championship year, just grow up right in front of our eyes like Kuminga is right now? JK, dude, that game last night, and going to the rim and the confidence and how the game's slowing down for him. He's making right decisions. He's playing defense. He's blocking shots. He's rebounding now. Like, everything about his game is superstar in the making. I have a question for you, and I want to hear your answer. How come they have trouble finishing the half and finishing games?
Yeah, it's been a constant
It's just like, I tweeted last night, finish with like 5 exclamation points, because they had the big lead, and then all of a sudden we got a close game at half. And this happens all the time. Big lead, and all of a sudden they blow it at the end. I'm not criticizing, dude, because 7 in a row on the road. Last night was fun watching the game in the Garden. Their effort was intense. I loved every bit about the game last night, except for the end of the first half.
Yep.
And then at the end of the game, it got gnarly again.
Well, if you look at our keys to success every day on the Warriors pre- and post-game show, keys to success. Zoom meeting every day where we're prepping the show. We meet up at 10 o'clock on Zoom and we're talking. It's like, finish quarters. I don't know why it's been an issue, especially when you have your ballers out there, the big boys, as Steiny would say, the big dogs. I don't get why they don't finish. It's just I don't know if it's fatigue. I don't know if it's turnovers.
Is it mental?
But it has been a theme all season long, FP, and I can't put my finger on it. Different lineup combinations. Doesn't matter. If they can just hold on the leads, that's what blew the Denver game. You know, Denver goes on a 14-0 run before the first half. the game they won at Chase Center when Jokic heaves up a three from 40 feet. That's a 25-4 run to end the game. I don't know why that's been an issue. I'm sure they would like to fix it. I'm sure they would like to rectify it. Ryan Adams at 9:30 on the morning roast. Maybe he'll fix it and maybe explain how they can fix it or what's the problem in those situations. So, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, FP. I really can't, but it has been a problem all season long. All right, let's go back out to the lines. Anthony and Hayward. Anthony, what's happening, man? You're on the roast.
Hey, good morning, fellas. Happy Friday, payday.
Happy Friday.
I just want to give an early shout out to Bonte Hill, keeping it 100. He shouted out the roasters on live TV, and you kept it calm and collective. I got a new nickname for you, Cool Hand Luke. And also, the defense, the Warriors defense, I just want to get your guys' take. Is that the best defense we played since our championship run in 2022?
They locked down yesterday, Anthony. They were really locking down last night. They were getting in the guys, and it all started with Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga. Draymond Green, quarterback, and to communicate. I thought Draymond Green, look, forget what happened after the game. During the game, Draymond Green was all over the place defensively. Contesting shots, rebounding, tapping them out. They're getting down and dirty on the defensive end of the floor, FP.
The Knicks are a physical team, and the Warriors out-physicaled them last night.
Yep.
That's, to me, the whole story of the game. We could talk about Kuminga. We could talk about Steph going for 31, how he loves to play in the Garden. He got 30-plus points again there. We talk about, there's a lot of different things. Moody last night. Mm-hmm. Dude, Moody's going to Wally Pip Wiggins. We'll see what happens with that. I really believe that. I love I love the energy and the effort he's bringing, although Wiggins was playing well, so we'll see how that whole thing goes. But they went into the Garden against a physical team in the Eastern Conference and out-physicaled them and played defense like I haven't seen them play defense all year.
Right.
Their defense has been good. I don't know if we did a show, but when Coach Decky died, I said the best tribute to this guy would be their effort the rest of the season. Mm-hmm. It's not like a Hollywood script. They're not going to win one for the Gipper and go out and win another championship. But the way they've played since they went through that tragedy and the effort they've given every single night,
spot on,
it's awesome, dude.
That's spot on.
We guessed that would happen or that could be the case because that's the best tribute you can give the man, and they're doing it on a nightly basis, dude.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, man. 12-3 in their last 15, 7 straight wins on the road. All right. Jay in Oakland. We're gonna get into everybody. We're gonna clear this board here. We got a guest coming. Who? Jermaine Wiggins, 8 o'clock or 8:30? 8 o'clock? Jermaine Wiggins, 8 o'clock, WEEI, former New England Patriot, Super Bowl champ. We'll talk to him.
We got Wiggins on?
We got Wiggins, Jermaine Wiggins, baby.
We found Wiggins?
Not injury.
Right.
It's Jermaine. It's Jermaine.
My bad.
Jay in Oakland. Jay, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Happy Friday. Hey, just quick point, man. Hey, yo, Bonte on the whole Draymond thing, man. You don't have anything to apologize for, man. You guys were mad professional, like you said. You didn't take any personal shots, man. And Draymond, like my grandma used to say, man, if you dish it, man, you got to be able to take it. So Draymond got to learn how to take it on the chin, man. Like, it's a such thing as called criticism, like constructive criticism versus destructive criticism. And y'all wasn't tearing that man down. So, man, no need to apologize on that.
Appreciate that.
As far as the game, man, I was really encouraged by the game last night, man, but I'm still holding off to see if this team is really legit contenders, man. I'm just like, I think Curry's going to have a problem down the road of like just narrowing down the roster for the playoffs.
Yep.
And I'm just hoping that Moody don't get left out in the dark and Kuminga don't get left out in the dark, man, because I think they deserve a fair shot in the playoffs.
Nah, Jay, spot on, man. Thanks for the phone call here. Look, they're 3 games behind the 6th spot right now, but you're right. Let's see what they do against the Mavericks for 3 games. They have the Mavericks 3 times. They have the Lakers 2 more times. Both games down at Crypto.com Arena in L.A. You have another game with the New Orleans Pelicans. You got the Bucks, the Milwaukee Bucks coming to town next Wednesday. It's going to be a hot game. Wimby, the Spurs, they're coming to town next weekend. He's playing well. He was going at Chet Holmgren last night. You got to go down to South Beach, Miami and take on the Heat. You got Minnesota. You got to go down to Orlando, who's playing good basketball. We're going to find out how battle-tested this team is, this iteration of the Golden State Warriors. We know Steph Curry. We know Klay Thompson. We know Chris Paul. We know Draymond Green. We know Wiggins when he gets back. We know they're battle-tested. Looney's battle-tested. But you got to bring along the other young guys, and I think they'll be ready for the moment. But these next 24 games, what can the record be? Can you go 19-5? Can you go 18-6? Because then that would tell me 4 matters. Because, FP, this does have a March Madness feel to the NBA this year. Like, think about that. Minnesota, OKC. You think they really want to play the Warriors or the LA Lakers in the first round?
I was just going to say,
Lakers. Do you think they really want those problems? So you may get some upsets like you did last year. The Lakers advanced to the Western Conference Finals coming out of the play-in. The Miami Heat advanced to the NBA Finals, and they started off in the play-in. So I don't know, man. They do need to round in the form here, but they got some games here to really prove to everybody that, hey, we are back. We are back. And if they beat some teams, like Dallas right now, FP is rolling. Luka's rolling. You could beat them 2 out of 3. Okay. Maybe you are ready to make a deep, deep run into the Western Conference. All right, let's go to Big Smooth in Oakland. Big Smooth, what's happening?
Hey, good morning. Hey, Bonte, listen, brother. Draymond got a bag of receipts, and he burning them as fuel. So just, hey, send him a box of cigars. He'd be all right. Listen, man. Warriors, man, this may be something to think about. I don't know if this is even done. They need to hire a lead management consultant. They need to hire somebody because you got to figure this, given this leader. I knew last night. I knew it. I said at some point the Knicks going to be right back in this. I just didn't think that it would be that close. Doggone, 6 points. It came to 6 or 4 points. It got crazy.
Yeah.
Can't keep doing this. Not now. I mean, this is now that the team has the identity that Steve Kerr was saying they didn't have. Now they have the identity, and one of the things in that identity is giving up these leads. Because to me, the game against tonight, Toronto, this is going to tell everything to me because it was Toronto that came in here and opened up a can on them.
Yeah,
and this is where we were at our lowest point, if you can remember.
Oh yeah.
So I want to see the fire in their belly. To take one of them old expressions, I want to see the fire inside their belly to say, okay, payback time. Let's see if the Warriors have a payback, the James Brown version, down in their gut tonight. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see how they repay this Toronto team.
First time Toronto came here, FP, they scored 76 points in the first half. You had no Draymond Green in that game.
Yeah, they're 22-37. They're 5-5 in their last 10. They got a pretty good. Well, they're 12-17 at home. I wouldn't be shocked if the Warriors lost tonight, and I'm going to tell you why. This is not a negative take by any means. Just having played in New York, you're going to get on a bus after that game. It takes forever to get whatever. If it's LaGuardia, if JFK, if it's New Jersey, wherever airport, it took them probably an hour and a half to get to the airport last night. Probably a 45-minute flight to Toronto.
You would know more than me.
They're going to get in the rooms at 2:30.
Well, I think they got in at about 3:30.
3:30 in the morning. After the effort they gave in the Garden last night, the best defense they played all year, they played with their hair on fire for 4 quarters. They gave you everything they had, plus a travel day, plus a back-to-back. I mean, that's a lot.
Right.
They're all sleeping in today. They probably just show up and play, like strap it on, here we go. Right. Those are hard turnarounds in baseball when you stand in the field and do nothing for 3 hours, let alone the effort they gave last night. They're going to have to dig down deep somewhere. I don't even know where tonight.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. And the previous caller mentioned that, Steve Kerr's played a lot of guys. We're going to have to narrow down the rotation. We've been reading the Pat Riley quote all week long about playing 8 and trusting 6 and playing the last 5 or whatnot. Listen, they will shorten this rotation at some point. Guys are going to get heavier minutes in the playoffs. I know Steve Kerr played about 10 guys last night in the first quarter. There is a benefit to that because if you're on the back-to-back and you look at the minutes from last night, FP, all right, I got 32 minutes from Pods. I got 31 from Steph, only 27 from Draymond, 25 from Moody, 30 from Kuminga, 26 from Clay. Those are below their averages. So I think they will be a little fresher today. And I think they're hungry to get this win because Toronto did embarrass them at Chase Center, really embarrassed them. R.J. Barry went crazy in that basketball game. Crazy. Now, Siakam's not there anymore. He's in Indiana. But Scotty Barnes is a problem. And Scotty Barnes is probably going to shadow Stephen Curry all over the floor today. 6'7", 237, big wingspan. The guy could ball. 28-6 on the season. So how do you get, because Steph Curry is struggling a little bit with the shot, which I don't worry about whatsoever. Whoever's concerned about Steph Curry.
You got 31
right,
struggling.
Yeah, 31, struggling with 31, right? Still putting up Hall of Fame numbers. So this is a tricky game. But the Warriors know. You get this game, you're playing with house money on Sunday against the Celtics. You're playing with house money on national television. So I like where they're at. But you're right, FP. I think this will be a tough turnaround for them. It's a big back-to-back. Big back-to-back.
I'm tired just thinking about what they're going through.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
I'm
dude.
tired from not
You
sleeping.
travel like a king, right? The bus pulls up to the plane. You're the only ones on the plane. Customs is eyewash when you're an athlete.
Right.
It's eyewash, dude. I mean, they're like, come on, get through. Like, they check, but they don't check. It's quick, especially at 3 a.m.
Right.
Nobody's looking. Just get right through, get to your hotel room. And so, but still, like, probably getting to sleep at 4 a.m. and then you got to wake up. I'm not making excuses. This is just how it goes. This is really tough. Back-to-backs at home are tough, I would imagine, but this with a travel day and play, yeah, this is going to be, I don't know, not a gut check. Because they gave you everything they had last night.
It was a physical
My
basketball
favorite
game
part about last night is they just left it all on the court, dude, and they've been doing that lately.
Yep.
Can they do it again tonight? Man, that's a big ask.
Yeah, that is. Let's see. Let's go to